Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for a very long time, I have been promising you guys that I was going to come out and do a how I lost 45 pounds video. So with that being said, I've recorded this video literally 8 times and now I'm literally in a parking lot just leaving the ENT doctor, and I've decided what not better time than right now than to just give you guys all about it and all my knowledge on what I did, because everybody keeps asking and I keep getting people messaging me on Instagram and people in person asking like, what did you do? So it's very plain, simple, and easy. So I just want to go over a couple of things that I did. This worked for me. This doesn't mean it's going to work for you. The whole time I was underneath my primary doctor, physician, Dr. Dermany's, underneath his instructions. He was monitoring me. I go to him every 2 months. So long story short, basically, I was always 130 pounds my whole entire life. You'll see in the future I'm going to come out with a video where I sit down and tell my entire story, because a lot of you guys have no idea my past, and you know, I come off as this person who has a business and success and all that, but you guys really have no idea where I started. So I had a drug problem, a crazy life, great childhood, and then just turned to drugs for many different reasons. I will leave that for that video, different place, different time. Basically, I was 130 pounds wet my whole entire life. Even when I did drugs, my weight never changed. I was always 130 pounds. So after I went to rehab and got clean off drugs 6.5 years ago, I started gaining weight, but I started gaining it slowly over time, nothing too crazy. Then I would say in about 3 years, I got up to about 180. From last year in 2022, from January, around Christmas time of 2021 into New Year's of 2022 to July, I would say, I gained literally 25 pounds in 4 to 5, 6 months. I noticed that I was like, whoa, I need to change. Something needs to give here. It was when me and Chloe, my good friend, we went on a trip to Nashville. When I got back and I edited that footage, my jaw just dropped because I couldn't believe this was me. Where did all this weight come from in 5 years? Where did all this, like, I could never even gain a pound my whole life wanting to be a little bit thicker. And now all of a sudden it's like, boom. And I couldn't understand it for the life of me because I wasn't eating. I would eat dinner and that's it. Midnight every night after work. I wouldn't eat all day long. Backstory, my whole life I've never been a big eater, so I was very stunned by this. Said I need to do something. So I start researching, looking online, looking at different weight loss things, coming up with like, you know, pros and cons of each one, like what's realistic for me, can I do this when my job, I'm working nonstop. So with all that being said, and you know, I ended up telling Dr. Dermany like I need to lose weight. At that point my sugar wasn't high, but it was a little bit elevated. My cholesterol was through the roof and my testosterone was very low. I like the thickness. I never had any complaints. Guys still found me attractive. I even thought I was still attractive. Like I didn't feel anything wrong until I seen those videos. And I'm gonna put a clip of a video when me and Chloe were in Nashville right here, so you can actually see what I was looking at on my computer when I realized that something needed to give. All right, guys. So I got my Starbucks finally, and it's a hot. And it's a hot. But I'm gonna get as much content for you guys this weekend as possible. 3? Oh, you're pop. And I'm going to promise to be here for you guys. Just bear with me. Make sure you subscribe, because the more people subscribe, the more I get inspired. That's crazy, right? And I'm gonna insert a picture here of when I was before I got off drugs, at least 6.5, 7 years ago. So you can see how much of a difference there really was. So nothing about nothing, like I'm not hating on anybody for being bigger, smaller. We all have what we like to see ourselves in. I want to put that out there first and foremost, but for me, that was way out of my comfort zone. So I talked to Dr. Dermany and I knew that for me, I want to be right in the middle. I don't want to be too small, I don't want to be too big. I want to have some meat to my bones, but I don't want to have too much meat. He looked at me and he's like, Brett, you need to stop drinking as much coffee as you do. Cut 1 out a week. I was literally, you guys, drinking 5 Dunkin' large iced coffees a day, 8 cream, 8 sugar, 8 pumps of caramel with the whipped cream, the caramel drizzle, and the cinnamon sugar on top. That shit is bomb. So the first thing I did was I tried that before I did any eating things, any tips of that sort. He said, just give it a month. So I gave it a month, and every week I cut 1 out. It got to where every week I went from 5 to 4 to 3 to 2, then down to 1. Then after that, I lost 10 pounds, 10 to 15 pounds, I would say, in a month. Seen results, loved it, very obvious. So after that, we wanted to take it up a notch. So I literally, you guys, am not kidding you, in order for me to lose this weight, I had to eat. I had to eat. I know it sounds crazy, but you have to eat. My body would only have food midnight to 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. every night. In those 3 hours is when I would eat. From 3:30 a.m. till roughly 12 midnight the next day, no food would ever touch these lips or in my body or my mouth. Just the coffee all day long, 5 a day. So it was a lot of sugar weight. That's why I feel like I look like I was swollen, and I make jokes like I was retaining water, but it looks that way, and I feel like it's because it was all liquid sugar. Horrible, horrible for you. So I started doing little things. Like, I'm not a big eater, like I said. So what I started doing is King Smoothies down the street from my salon. I would start every morning with the 40-ounce strawberry banana smoothie and sip on it all day, and it would get me through basically like almost all day. Then as a couple days went by, my stomach started expanding, and I was getting used to having something in my stomach a little bit. Even though it wasn't food, it was filling me a little bit. I started doing little things like string cheese or a Caesar salad and smaller portions, and that is it, you guys. That's all I did. And I lost the weight, I would say, from July, August is when I started. End of July, beginning of August, when I opened my salon suite that I moved into last year in the building I'm in now. Not the one I moved down to in February, but when I originally moved in, I had to double. That was in middle of July. So end of July, beginning of August is when I started this, with the coffee cutting out for that first month. That was all August. September is when I started implementing eating more. And by January, so that's 4 or 5 months, I literally lost 45 pounds. So I got down to 160. And to me, I felt like that was a little too thin. I'm used to being 130. So a lot of people were questioning me like, wait, wow, you're losing a lot of weight. And I hate that, you guys. Skinny shaming is a thing too. And I can't stand that. That put me in the mindset of back when I was younger and I could never gain weight. It irked me. It bothered me, because believe it or not, there are people out there who want to gain weight that can't. Their metabolisms are fast, or they have health issues. You don't know if somebody's diagnosed with cancer or HIV or anything. So my thing I always say to people and give advice to people is, don't comment on people's weight. Don't comment on people's weight. It irked me so bad. I went to Dr. Dermody and I'm like, you know what? I need to gain at least 10 pounds back. And he's like, why? He's like, you look amazing. And I'm like, because people keep asking me, oh my God, you lost so much weight. He asked me then, were these people who knew you in the last 5 years, or people who knew you when you were younger? And I thought about it. And most of the people who were saying something about my weight loss were people who met me in the last 5 years. He was like, the reason is because they never seen you at the smallest you used to be, which is still 30 pounds lighter than you are now. They've only ever seen you at your highest. So that is when my mind just switched, and I'm like, wow, you're right. So I did end up gaining about roughly 8 to 10 pounds back. Now I'm sitting at 170 right now as of today, and I'm happy with it. Like, I definitely gained a couple pounds in the last couple weeks alone, but you're gonna fluctuate, and my advice to you is don't put pressure on yourself. I was not going on the scale every day. Changes don't happen that quick. Plus, we put 3 pounds on a day from like water retainment and stuff. So like, I know people get obsessed with the scale and they're on it every morning and night. You can't do that, guys. I would go every 2 months. I go to Dr. Dermody, he'd weigh me, we'd mark it down. I never put a pressure on myself like I have to lose this much at this time or this much at this time. I never made it a thing like that. I know it sounds crazy, but like, I am so happy with my body right now. I still have a little bit of thigh, I still have a little bit of booty. Did I work out? Not at all. So I was gonna tone a little bit and all that, but I felt like after I did lose the weight, because it happened a little quickly, but it wasn't that quick. Like Dr. Dermody said, it was perfectly healthy. The way we did it, the amount of time we did it. I know a lot of people that I'm friends with were concerned about how quickly it was dropping off. It's because when you're eating those smaller meals, your metabolism just speeds up so quick. You guys, I mean, I didn't do Slim Fast. I didn't do any of that stuff. I literally just watched what I ate. I need to eat a little bit healthier. There's still things I need to improve on. Even though I lost the weight, I still don't feel as healthy as I want to be. Like, I want to incorporate a lot more vegetables and fruits and drinking more water. Like, I don't drink water. My tongue's like white right now. Soda and coffee is what I live off of, and it's terrible. You can always improve your health and your body and your fitness, and you know, I'm just not the person to do lifting weights or any of that. This is my structure. I'm a small frame, and this is just, I'm a bottom gay guy. Like, this is me, like Twinkie. So yeah, I just wanted to put this quick little video together for you guys. Please let me know down below other videos you want to see. I want to post once a week. I know I've said this 1,000 times, but I'm getting better at it. I'm actually bringing the camera out with me more. I always give my hair channel the most focus, and I'm doing 1 video a week there without a schedule. I feel like that's better. I don't like to have the schedule on me like that. The pressure makes it more fun and enjoyable, and I love editing and doing all that, and I edit myself and I do all that myself. Put comments down down below of video ideas you want to see. I want to do a mix of vlogging, lifestyle. I want to mix everything. And there's a lot of great events coming up. October is my favorite month of the year. So when I tell you this time, you will see me next week. You will see me next week. I know I said it a million times before, but it's time to start taking IAmBrettRyan's YouTube channel to the next level and taking it seriously. And yes, I will give an update on the IAmBrettRyan reality series that we're going to be doing here. I announced it months ago. We are still going to be doing it. When I announced it, I was excited. You know, there's a lot more that goes into it. You know, paperwork, hiring people, who's doing this, who's doing that, payments, just a lot of stuff that I didn't really think all the way through, and it's taken a little longer, but it is going to happen. And that's why I want to start growing my audience. I want to start being here, putting out content for you guys more and more. Also follow me on Instagram, I_am_Brett_Ryan, and follow TikTok, IAmBrettRyan. I'm going to start posting more on there as well. If you're into hair tutorials, most of you probably found me from Brett Ryan Hair Artistry on YouTube, but if not, it will be linked down below. Check it out. If you want your hair done, I'm that girl for you. But I love you guys so much. But at the end of this video, what I want you to take from it, everybody's unique. Everybody wants different achievements and goals for their body weight and how they feel and their health. Incorporate what is best for you, but I always recommend having a doctor, watching it over the whole process, doing it for yourself, not really doing it for anybody else. Like even when it comes to Botox and filler, like maybe I'll bring you guys along for a video when I get that done. I'm open about it. I get filler done, I get Botox done, but when I started doing it was for me. There's that thin line between when it's for you and then when you're doing it because people are saying stuff to you, or you don't feel confident in yourself because people are leaving nasty comments on social media or whispering behind your back or saying shit to you. When you start doing things and changing yourself for that, or losing weight or anything for that reason, then it's not okay. But if you're doing it for yourself, that's what I'm all for, and that's what this was about. Nobody was like, you're fat. Nobody said nothing like of the sorts to me. I did it because I wanted to do it, and even if they did say that, I wouldn't care. It's because I want to do it. And that's a really, really important thing you got to keep in your mind the whole time. It is so worth it, and it's the healthiest way to go. All right, guys, please like, share, subscribe. Let's start getting these numbers up, and it will motivate me even more to keep posting every week for you guys. I love you so much, guys. I'll see you in the next one. As always, so long for now.